So hi, my name is Shelby, and I am from Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm going to tell you about my hometown. Indiana was founded in 1916, but the city of Indianapolis was actually founded in 1921. Before living in the city and before like neighborhoods were made on the south side of Indianapolis, there was actually a landfill that was covered, and everybody would always take all their belongings and just trash and stuff there and just dump it. And so about 1921, they actually did something about it and made the South Side actually be neighborhoods and have buildings and schools. And then so after they decided to, they took like half the land, and after they made all the buildings, they wanted to make a bigger population. And so then another attraction that has like a lot of people want to come is around Christmas time. Are any of you from Indiana? So like you know how down like town like they have like the big Christmas tree like for Christmas. So they actually are have like the biggest one in the country, they said. And so there's about approximately 5,000 lights in the Circle City. Many people go to this attraction, and people from out of state actually come from it. So. And many people actually don't know this, but do any of you know where the city of Annapolis came from? The name? No, there was actually a Supreme Court judge that made the name. They combined both the city and state together, and so that's how they got Indianapolis, meaning city. There was a lot of big events that happened. One of the major events was the Indy 500, and the Indy 500 was a big event that everybody from around came to it. That started in 1911. And then another big thing was the Children's Museum. Now, if you go around, you'll never pass the Children's Museum because there's a big dinosaur that's sticking out the side of it. And it's actually named Dragon King of Heartworth because it's one of the new discoveries that they decided to put on display, and it's a big skull. This is a place where a lot of people go to and attend. And like I said, the big events. So there was the Indy 500 Indianapolis Zoo, which also had the big garden of botany stuff, and you could see like different species of butterflies. And they also had the big aquarium exhibit. Another attraction was the Comic Con. So if you go around downtown Indy and you see people dressed up in crazy outfits or like superheroes or from comic books, usually this happens at the end of March and early April. And this is actually a very cool and comical thing to go to that a lot of people will go to from out of state because it only comes once a year. And so I'm glad to like live in Indy because I'm able to experience all these things with my family and friends. And so I actually lived in Indy my whole entire life, and after for like 20 years, but here recently I actually moved to Martinsville, which is a big difference for me because living in the city and then going to like the country area and not like knowing anybody, it's all different people and there's like nothing around. It's pretty sad, like because my family and stuff. But back in Indy, I was actually able to have walking distance to downtown and the Fountain Square and be able to be with family and friends. Um, Indy will always be my hometown, and